Glad to have you with us from glorious San Diego, California, America's finest city, as we get set to see who's going to come out on top in the Holiday Bowl. Weeks of additional practice and prep for bowl games not only can set the tone for what we're going to see in this game, but for what might be in store next season as well. As we'll see the number 23 team in the country, the Virginia Tech Hokies, taking on the 22nd ranked team in the land, a group with a lot to prove here today. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Kickoff team is out there ready to get this bowl game underway. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. All right, guys, here's our first look at this offense today. And here he is, guys. Anytime he takes the field, he is in complete control of this offense.
And, David, he gives defensive coordinators nightmares because of his ability. They're going to have a hard time slowing him down.
No, he just doesn't have those weaknesses, those flaws, the whole playbook available, and he is a dude.
Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Looking for space. It's Samuel. Tackled after picking up the first down.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
Kept it on the ground on first down. See if they stick with that plan on second. Running back searching for a hole. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. That linebacker was a heat-seeking missile, and the heat that he sought was the ball carrier.
Great job, great feel. Linebackers are making all the calls in the defense and understanding when I need to come through that gap and come through with bad intentions. Those guys are usually 245 pounds of heat-seeking missile.
Touch pass on the run. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quick pass on the fly motion. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. They're about to snap it for the 7th time on this drive. The give to the running back from the shotgun. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They're going to go right back to him on first down. And after a nice gain, the runner just scoops out of bounds. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. From the gun, the running back has it. And he's brought down after a solid gain, and we are done in the first quarter. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They go to the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Quick pass on the jet motion. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. The offense stays on the field. They just have inches to go on fourth down. Fullback's got it. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. There was no reason to hesitate on the sideline there. Just keep the offense out and go for it.
In 4th and inches, if I can't get inches, I deserve to lose football games.
And they're in for a touchdown.
Well, your opponent can't beat you if you don't give them the football. And they were able to possess it throughout the entire first quarter, and they finally cap it off with that impressive rushing touchdown.
Lining up to add another. And the PAT makes it 7-0. That is what they mean when they say ball control. A 14-play touchdown drive. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So the Virginia Tech Hokies offense has the ball for the first time. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job of it.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
One thing I've noticed from talking to coaches about their approach to bowl games is how many of them use it as a springboard for next season. They try to focus on developing some of the new guys, maybe, that have joined them for the bowl practices.
I mean, you get 15-plus extra practices. You start to play and experience more as young guys. The older guys get a little bit more rest. But, yeah, you're building the future. You're building the foundation. You're working on your technique. And you know what? You also get to have some fun. I think that's important for team building, is having fun at your location, doing the different things together to start to build that unity that will make a big difference in the future.
Yeah, there's a saying in college football that your freshman year, when you get to bowl season, you're no longer a freshman. A lot of players grow up. You get the extra practices mentally, and from a confidence standpoint, you turn the page. I can remember back to my true freshman year, we were getting ready to play Penn State. We had a lot of NFL talent in my freshman class, and everybody just seemed to grow a foot taller. They were playing with a different intensity level that really paid off for us the next year.
And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. Looking to go up top on first down. They're trying to get to it. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like, you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown.
The Hokies come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to move it through the air. Gets it out quickly. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Yeah, that was tough on the DB, right? He's trying to cover the receiver on a drag route, running back over the middle of the field. You're trying to avoid all the linebackers.
To the end zone, and it's picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. Not only a great play, but tremendous discipline by this sophomore to make the pick. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from their own 1. First up, they've got to avoid disaster. The quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And he ends up taking a safety.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
Secures it at the 30. They put the brakes on him, but a good return out to the 36. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. With this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership and come out here and lead your offense.
And move on. Like, we needed points. That's something that we can harp on. We'll watch the tape this week, but now it's time to move on. Let's get another drive going.
Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. He's going to pass. He finds a dead spot in the middle. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. And as we get deep in this first half, a 1st and goal and a chance to take the lead before the break. Snags it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Virginia Tech.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And they did tack on the extra point. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A little over half a minute to play before halftime as they take over 1st and 10. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He'll signal for and make the fair catch right around midfield. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Going up top on 1st down. Got his man downfield. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. Clock winding towards 0. They'll get one more snap off. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Now it looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. And he'll have to find the line and generate some power. A 46-yarder from the left. Right down the boulevard. It's good. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Reese, talk about an edge-of-your-seat type first half, or as they call it in this game there in San Diego, just another typical Holiday Bowl. And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on 3rd down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those 2 stats can help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top.
Just about set for the second half kickoff. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner will be brought down. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. And they got it done in the first half, but the job now, follow up, close the deal, and bring home a bowl victory.
finish. You hear teams say it all the time. And that applies to them right now, David, here in the second half. It's a lot of really good things in that first half. Need some more big plays here to get this double.
And you've seen it with bowl game. Big swings, man. When the rust comes off after that first half and people get in a rhythm, you've seen big comebacks. So I know they're winning, but keep the foot on the gas. This first possession is crucial.
Not a lot of room there. Give him a couple to the 16. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Complete to the left. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. And the Hokies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Pretty good job of running to get there to the 32.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
And he's down at the 41. That's a first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there.
And they got him for the sack.
Linebackers are so fast nowadays, so multiple. They can do so many different things. Not only do they play the run, but if I need you to go get a sack, I can just send you. Send one of those fast linebackers that can rush the quarterback.
They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. He's looking to throw. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack.
The offense just set themselves up in a bad situation on this one. 2nd and 3rd and long, there's not a lot of guesswork. Defense knows they're throwing the football, and you could tell in that pass rush, man, they were coming.
Whatever they did on 1st and 2nd down, don't do that anymore. 3rd and very long coming up. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Fires one high and deep. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a 4th down. The Hokies send out the punt unit. He's got great speed. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. And the offense heads out onto the field to get the drive started. Man, oh man, these offenses just haven't been able to find any room to get things going, David.
And to quote the great philosopher, Reese Davis, this is very ungood. Just nothing working for this offense, Palmer. They got to find something.
Well, the plays look good against the scout team during the week in practice, but they have just not been able to find a rhythm against this defense today.
He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down.
I love the idea, and I love just finding ways to get your best players out in the open field. This pre-snap motion and using it to their advantage on that last play, I think that was a nice call.
And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. The give out of the gun. Got a lot of running room. They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the first down. Offense now working in the red zone. They'll try the run. Able to get a couple on the play. He's down at the 9. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The back goes in motion. With jet sweep pass.
I think the days of running backs just running downhill are out the window. You better be able to do this. You see the playmaker slipping down the backfield, throwing the football. He'll handle the rest, get in the end zone for a touchdown.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. Looking, it's a fake. The kicker wants to throw it. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. Slips through the line. Oh, what vision. Can they catch him? He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Hokie. That dude ought to have a lethal sticker on his helmet. Anytime he touches it, it can be a score. He touched it, and it was.
No doubt. Unbelievable speed. And if you're back deep for a kickoff, obviously you've got those wheels. But to be able to get through, and guess what? No flags. You know it's going to count. Great job by the special teams being special.
They'll line up to go for 2. Wide receiver coming across in motion. They'll go to the air. They get it into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good. The lead stands at 7. They're lining up to kick it off, full of momentum after housing that last kickoff. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Looking for a productive play on first down. Quick touch pass to the receiver. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Virginia Tech is on top. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. Second down coming up. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. This has been a complete effort from this Hokie defense up front, making guys like Bruce Smith proud. Secondary playing like they've got a team full of Fullers back there. It has been a great performance. Hit the gas, kid, wide open ahead. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down.
How many ways can I get to my guys who can fly, who are playmakers, and let them make big plays? This is another one you've seen. Catch the football, flip it ahead really quickly, get it to a burner, go in full speed across the formation. He gets the edge, makes the big play.
Little touch pass to the receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy from us.
Well, the defense wasn't expecting that. They had a lot of guys back into coverage. That was second and a lot of yards to go, and they got caught off guard. Not enough guys in the box to control that run.
Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. We have reached the 2-minute warning, and time is of the essence if this offense is going to make a play. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Touchdown!
And great job executing. The offense did what they needed to do. You got somewhat of a decision here. Do you want to kick it, tie it up? I think you do with this time frame. 1 to 2 minutes left in the 4th quarter. You probably want to do that, but you could push the envelope. You could go for 2 and try to take the lead.
And he needs this one for the tie, and he's got it. We're locked up in the 4th. Coming down the stretch in the 4th, and we are all tied up, about set to kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. They'll try to put a drive together starting from their own 12. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waiting moments. That could be a costly play.
And how about the inside linebacker flying through there? You see those guys come up. You see how fast they can come up and fit the run. But how about blitzing the quarterback, getting to the quarterback, getting the big sack?
And now they have enhanced their degree of difficulty on 2nd and long from the 6. He's looking to throw. Takes a hit as he fires. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, this offense is up against it here. Trailing late in the game, the defense knows they're going to throw the football. 1st down, they get sacked. 2nd down, incompletion. There's no mystery what's happening here. Quarterback's just going to have to make a play on 3rd down.
And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. The offense will quickly use a timeout. And the Hokies will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and see what he can get. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. A 1st down for the offense. Touch pass on the right. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Wide out in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. They'll try to pick up a few here on 3rd down, but from here it will be a 60-yard attempt. Quick pass on the jet motion. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down. They bring the punter onto the field now. He'll go back to work and punt it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called for and made. We're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. There's enough time to get the ball down the field here, David, but you've got to make sure you're efficient and avoid mistakes.
Yeah, and those 2-minute drills, you always talk about the first down, Jesse. Get that first down, stop the clock, get some momentum going on offense.
Yeah, good decision-making by the quarterback, too, right? You don't have to be greedy in this situation. Just take what the defense gives you and get yourself in position to win.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Gets it out fast. They get him down after he makes the catch. The defense will take a timeout. 25 seconds left to play.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Timeout is called by the defense. A mere 21 seconds to go here. The Hokies will line up to punt it away. Let's see what he can do with it. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. On 1st down, here comes this offense. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. The holder will mark his spot at the 34. A 44-yard attempt, almost certainly for the game. Not a chance. Missed it. After that failed field goal attempt, fellas, still tie ball game. right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possessions starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first, just to set the tone, to understand what you need. Try to hold them to a field goal. The offense knows they can do their job to go out and get a win. Just 2 possessions, Palmer, like you got to be at your best.
Yeah, and I love the new rules, too, because in the third overtime possession, it goes to alternating 2-point plays, back and forth. Who's got anything left in the tank here in OT?
We'll get it started here in overtime. Fast motion from the offense. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Each brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. The play action fake. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And you're seeing the pass rush on the second play of the drive. They dial it up. Look at the speed and athleticism this defense has as they corral the quarterback for a loss.
Third play of the drive, and they need to make something happen here on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. They're setting up the screen. So he was forced to just take what the defense gave him, and they were able to stop him short of the first down.
And when you're a defense and you get 3rd and long and you know exactly where those sticks are, you set your feet at them, they throw it underneath, I go rally, make the tackle. Perfect 3rd down and long execution by this defense.
Down by 3, it's their turn here in overtime. A touchdown will win it. Here's 1st down. Give to the running back. Finds a little bit of room. Give him a couple down to the 23. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Motion from the offense. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Headed to the end zone. He's in! A game-winning touchdown in overtime. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
My pulse rate is still through the roof on this game. I would have called that one for free. Wait, I don't want to get carried away there, but it was a really fun game and a great win.
It really was. I know we're all up here, we're bouncing around, we're excited after having seen what we just saw. What a great win for this team to go out and do it in overtime. That's the type of game that fans are going to be talking about for a long time, Dave.
Yeah, right.
If you know Reese Davis, that is not happening, but we got a free game that was awesome, back and forth, nip and tuck, and bonus time. You got some free overtime play in that one.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.